Hello. Yes, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a weekend video. I don't know, I can't really think of an inventive way to start this video. If I start every video going like, hello, welcome back to the channel, it gets boring. So now I'm arm flailing and starting how I choose. So let's do a video about why I'm alliance free. Me personally, I think this is the most opportune time for me to do alliance free, and obviously I will give you a full explanation. Obviously, if you want the quick explanation is to just not feel like the game's too pressured to play all the time, or not have access to all my champions. But if you want a more thorough explanation, let's do this. At the moment, I just want a little bit of peace and quiet, and that's just to focus on a lot of other things. As a lot of you know, I do spend a lot more time than a good chunk of people that record and, you know, put content out on here on YouTube. So, which means that when a video for me takes 3 to 4 hours to make, that, you know, other people are making videos in a lot less time than that, then that's time I'm not grinding out the game, which largely means that opportune times, which would be when we don't have an Alliance Wars Alliance quest, am I grinding out content? No, I'm recording content or editing videos or trying to have a break. You know, not everything happens the way that people think they're going to happen in life. Like, for example, I'm recording this video on a Tuesday and this will be put out on the weekend. Why? Because otherwise I'd never spend any time with M, and doing YouTube as a full-time venture would obviously get in and get on my nerves. I like to be gardening at the weekend when it's summertime or getting better weather. In any case, the facts are, and these are the clear facts, champion availability is vitally important, and saying that, hey, well, of this list of champions that I will be actually using for content grinding, which will be Dr. Doom, Domino, and also Corvus Glaive, they spend most of the time in other content. And as you know, the restrictions in Act 6 is that you cannot bring 4-star versions. Obviously, I wouldn't want to bring them in. I'd want to bring my 5-star versions in because they're the most strongest. But at the same time, there is the problem, and that is that champions that you'd want that are in Alliance Wars are not available for content. And that is something, if Kabam ever changed that, I will be more than happy and interested to be in an alliance. And I do plan to go back to my alliance, my old alliance, around about the end of Season 17. If anyone is interested whether or not I was kicked from an alliance, or it's a case I just decided I had enough and just left, no, it's just a case that I needed some time to myself to do some content, because that's one thing, and the second thing is not be too restricted with movement of champions. I know that it's been like that for about 3 years. I've been in the same alliance for 3 years. I've been in alliance-based participation since its start. I've never had any time off from it, and I just feel that sometimes, and I would recommend this to anybody, when you're having some points where you just want to say, look, am I burning out from this game? It's just take a step back and not be in an alliance. I know that Brian Grant did he went to R Loki, so the retirement version of 4 Loki, but still it's very much somewhat involved. Apart from the fact, I'm pretty certain he said something like he was doing map 5 or map 6 or a combination of that, and as well they were doing like Platinum 4 participation, which, look, that's pretty much what I was in. And obviously doing these edits for videos is and obviously the amount of time that I work on my YouTube channel, streaming and other stuff, it's a case of like there's a balancing act and there's a fine-tuning to this. And so I allow myself to play other games. That's another thing as well. It's not just about playing the one game. I do play other games, and I'm kind of integrating that more onto my second channel, which will be worked on quite extensively over the next 2 months, and especially like just having more available time. That's another thing. But obviously there's going to be problems that will come fairly soon, and I will need to consider maybe doing a map 3 based alliance. To be honest, I'm just happy not doing anything alliance based participation wise and just taking a little bit of a break. Glory store side of things, when all that resets, you know, that's something to consider. And as well, like, look, you know, glory spending wise, yes, I won't be spending too much on health potions or the revive, which means I'll be able to kind of put a more emphasis on buying stuff that's more important, like tier 2 alpha and tier 5 basics. However though, and obviously the main thing is to do a lot more of Act 6, which has been my biggest issue when it comes to champion availability against when I'm available, because that's another other thing. Like, a lot of times when I'm recording content, like I'm recording this video here, this would be the time I'm available to do this content. So therefore, should I be recording this video late at night, or early on in the morning, or should I be going to bed and like getting a good night's sleep? Obviously, I don't want to wake up M. It's not really fair on somebody else to kind of do that, to shift my pattern of recording. So yeah, it's a case of like, yes, now it's a case that I can like have more availability for my champions, so I can get more content done. Act 6.2 wise, it's just getting into like doing 100%ing of some of these paths, especially with like a few that I don't like. I'm not a massive fan of the Icarus. I've done that to death and that bores the tits off me. The Severed one, or I'm going to give that a wide berth until I get Heimdall as a 5-star. But definitely going to do the life cycle one. The defensive feedback, that's not too bad. I'm actually enjoying that one a little bit. And as well, going back to do some Act 6.3. My plan is still to 100% by June, Act 6. And to do by the end of this month for a big opening, which I hope to get Aegon, will be then doing a 6.3 clearance. Which, as soon as I changed over, and there's something to bear in mind, is that lane association with champions for map 6 isn't really good because I changed my masteries over to S-word masteries. Ouchie masteries, I want to say, because as you know, I'm not allowed to say it. I shouldn't really say that because it gets on people's nerves. Either way, that's another problem. It's changing my mastery setup in order to benefit blasting through this, which I've set up to grind and do Corvus Glaive, and that has been working out very well. I have been trying to play about with certain champions really good for this. Warlock's amazing for it, and so many other champions as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to blast through this, hopefully, and finally awaken my Aegon. And then it's the case I may actually take a second month away from doing alliance-based participation to focus mainly on doing Labyrinth of Legends. And people may say, well, why wouldn't you do Abyss of Legends before Labyrinth? Or kind of like, why are you doing it as well as? And I kind of feel that it's good training purpose. You have to train yourself on long fights, especially fights that would really require a champion like Aegon. And I think Labyrinth of Legends, doing the 100% would be a good tester to then see what I could get. And as well, there'll be good kind of opportunity to open up some crystals, have a blast, I'll be looking forward to doing that. And as well, it's an opportunity for me to do longer streams and maybe concentrate on content, grinding content and streaming rather than recording videos on it. Unless I do like a fun one-shot, but let's face it, I don't know if anybody really would want to see, fun one-shots with Aegon. I mean, it's just a case of going like it's an instant cheat code. But we'll have to see what happens. In any case, hopefully that has kind of explained to a few people that have actually asked me about this. It's not a case I'm just going, oh, I'm just throwing a video out there about why I'm not in an alliance. But I do plan by the end of the month to do some kind of like testers on this. I do want to test out the extent of what it's been like to be without an alliance, what I've managed to achieve, what I've lost out from it, because obviously I'm going to lose a season of stuff, but at the same time I'll gain that back by doing stuff like Act 6.3 and 6.4, hopefully, with the completion. But I do want to keep the game on a more of a casual feeling rather than feeling too pressured to do stuff. Because that's the other thing. I lost my kind of interest and my spark when it's a case to go like, you should do this, you should do that. No, I'll do it whenever I fancy. I like making the content that I do. And as well, Marvel Contest of Champions news seems to be something that players like and people like on the channel. So, hey, I'll keep doing that and we'll see what happens. Either way, I'm enjoying myself. This is at the point of recording this video, the second day without an alliance. And obviously, by the time I reach the weekend, it will be a case that I've reached, when this video's out, 4 days or 5 days, I think. No, it'll be 6 days. God, depending on when I'm going to upload this video, it could be 6 days. In any case, that has been the explanation for anybody that's wondered why I'm alliance free and will I be continuing. I will be. I will not be joining an alliance because I'll just forget to join stuff like AQ and Alliance Wars as I'll be focusing too much on stuff that I want to do. But yeah, we'll see what the future holds with this, and I'm really looking forward to some no pressure and just kind of like chilling out and getting some content done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out some content over here, so some fresh content that's up there. And as well, make sure to drop on by to some of the live streams, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye for now.